What is up, my children, my babies, my lovely? What is up, y'all? I am back again with another video, another episode, another whatever you really want to call it, honey. Just know your mother is back. And I am so excited once again. When am I not excited to hop on the pod and talk to my children? Also, too, because it's literally the new year, y'all. Can y'all believe it? 2025 went extremely, extremely fast. Okay. In a blink of an eye, we already telling each other Happy New Year. And I don't know how I feel about that. I ain't even really get a chance to really like take it all in, really process everything that was going on. I feel like 2025 was definitely like a trial to what 2026 is about to bring. But let me tell y'all something. I am so excited for 2026, honey. Not only are we moving on to bigger and better things like we try to do every year, but y'all know I told y'all, and I feel like a lot of people have said 2025 was like a learning moment for them. It was like a learning curve, figuring out new things about yourself, placing yourself in different rooms you maybe never have done before, maybe cutting off some things that need to be cut. Yeah, y'all know we talked about it before. Okay. So I'm happy to see what 2026 has to bring. And today it actually goes into what this episode is going to be about, because now that we've kind of learned some things in 2025, it's time to start doing some things that I can barely even talk to y'all. It's time to start doing some things that are more intentional for 2026, okay? Because we can't keep making the same mistakes we was doing before. And it's one thing about it, honey, let me tell you, you can't keep using the same excuse as you was doing before, okay? Because we're only getting older. And we're only getting wiser, and we've lived too many life experiences to not get it. Okay. So for today, honey, let's just dive right into the topic. It's a new year. We don't got time to be holding back. Okay. I am so excited to talk about this because, y'all, I told myself for this new year, my topic is being intentional. Okay. Intentionality. Ooh, y'all know I can barely talk. Ooh, what the heck? Intentionality. Hold on, because now I need to ask Google. Let me ask Google what the word is, child. Hold on. Here they go. This is what Google said. Intentionality. Period. Okay. That's the word of the year. What's the word of the year, Google? What she said. So, so y'all, I am trying to be intentional all 2026. And with that means I'm done doing things for the plot. I am done doing things for the plot, y'all. I cannot continue to keep putting myself in situations that are just trying to just do something for the fun of it, but also B, not being aware of the consequences that could possibly come with doing things without actually having some good sense and mind behind it. Okay. I have to be more intentional about things, especially because, too, I think I'm kind of worn out from doing things for the plot now. I think I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I've done it for the plot, and I've done it for the plot, and I've done it for the plot, and the plot is thickened. Okay, and sometimes it's so thick I can't even get out of it. And I think at this point I am done, and I do not want to keep putting myself into situations that just are very, very hard to get out of, honey. So we about to break down what doing it for the plot all means and why it's time to be a little bit more intentional, honey. But y'all already know I got to tie this into a little story time too, because I got to tell y'all about a crazy time that I done something for a plot. Now, before we get into it, you already know what we got to do. It's time to first up, toast up, because y'all know when we get into it, we got to get ready for it. So go ahead and make sure that you grab your wine, your drink, your juice, your water, cleanse that palate, get your popcorn, whatever you got to do to sit back and enjoy your mother. And first up, toast up. Clinkety clink. Okay. Okay, so first things first, y'all. If you're not watching this podcast, you need to make sure that you're doing so, because that's when we really can engage and try to just, really connect with each other, mother to daughter, mother to son. Okay, and let me tell you, I got on my little teacher's outfit because I'm teaching y'all something, honey. I done learned a few things in my glasses because we about to get into some things, because y'all, I have done so many things for the plot. Too many things for the plot, y'all. And sometimes it can be a good thing and a bad thing. Sometimes it really can, because a lot of times I like to think about doing things for the plot as in, okay, I'm about to do something spontaneous that I may not have done before. And maybe sometimes I overthink things before doing it. And I'm just going to go into it without thinking, because maybe I might have a positive income. Maybe I might have a positive outcome. Maybe I might get something out of it that I've never received before. Maybe I might experience a new experience. You know what I mean? And that's happened to me a lot. I mean, I even did this podcast for the plot, honey. I mean, literally, like, it was such a spontaneous thing, and now I fell in love with it, and now it's became part of my brand, and now it's, this big old thing, you know what I mean, for me. And I feel like even me coming up with certain things that I've done in my life, it's definitely been just by doing it just cuz. But I feel like being that reckless can come with a lot of consequences, and I've been in a lot of moments where I've done things for the plot, and the plot has gotten me in a lot of trouble, y'all. So let me tell y'all, there was this one time. Okay, I was in college at the time, and you know I was dating, I was putting myself out there. I mean, college is really the time where you doing stuff for the plot, honey. I mean, I know y'all know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, honey. College was a time where you just was doing anything. You probably weren't even doing your work like you were supposed to. You just was doing anything. Okay. And I wasn't around the best people either. And so that didn't really help. But I was in my little dating hot girl time. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting myself out there, getting to know new people. I'm in the city of Atlanta, child. Honey, that's one red flag right there, honey. If you're gonna do things for the plot, make sure you're at least in the right place to do it at, because I wouldn't suggest Atlanta being one of them, okay? Trust me, Atlanta is a very, very strange place. And I wouldn't vote Atlanta to be the place to do things for a plot, because it's, sometimes it just may not be safe. Okay. And that could go anyway. Okay. But I'm in the city of Atlanta. There's so many things. It's just too many chances of open space and opportunity. Okay. So now living outside of Atlanta and kind of seeing that there was a lot more opportunities there than there was in a lot of the cities that I've lived in, I'm a lot grateful now. But when I was living in Atlanta at the time, the boys there, they just was not giving, honey. And I was like, you know what? Let me try something older. I don't know. Let me see. A lot of times I would get hit on from, like, different people who were a little older or whatever. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just try something new. The young guys ain't getting it. Okay. I don't know if they're ever going to get it. So let me try something new. And I thought, older, wiser, whatever. Let's do it for the plot. So let me just stop right there, honey. Let me just stop right there, okay? If you may not know what doing it for the plot means, if you may not know where this phrase is coming from and why it's so popular and why everybody's saying it, doing it for the plot means, hold on, let me put on my glasses, shut. Hold on now. All right. Doing it for the plot means taking a bold and unexpected or outside of your comfort zone kind of action. Okay. This is to make your own life story more interesting and exciting, as if you were the main character in a movie or something. So that's what doing it for the plot is all about. And a lot of times a plot can be the problem in something, the problem or the conclusion, or not the conclusion, but more so like, what is the chaos in the plot of it all? Like, how does it thicken? Where is it something that's going to have you on the edge of your seat? You know? And so for me, I felt like, okay, dating older, I've never done it before. Maybe I might see something that I may not have seen before. Let's try it. So there was this guy that was trying to talk to me, and he was a little bit older, and I took the chance. I said, you know what? Why not? Let me tell you something, honey. I'm not going to say never, ever again, but I'm definitely going to do something with more thought. Okay. This person, I feel like, I feel like you have to be careful when you're dating older, or when you're dating people that's like that, because a lot of times, y'all know, when y'all be having like those older people that still be coming to the college campus, and you still just stuck in college, your mind's still stuck there. And sometimes you got to ask yourself questions like, why are you still there when you're supposed to be a little bit here? I mean, we only getting older, honey. That's why I said, even when it comes down to doing things for the plot, like, we're only getting older. After a certain amount of time, things need to change. Actions have to change. Thoughts have to change. Okay. But I was young, so I'm like, okay, he's older. He should be wiser. I mean, whatever. But why would he even want to talk to a girl like I? Will never know. But anyway, I took a step of faith. I took a leap of faith, so I thought. And I put myself into a situation where I was with somebody that was a little bit older than me. And let me just say this, um I didn't give it any thought. This person, girl, this person would used to say crazy things like, hypothetically, you should leave school and we should have kids. Girl, I had to take a look around. I said, hold on, wait a minute, because there's no way he's talking to me, honey. There ain't no way he's talking to me. Girl, I said, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Mind you, I'm young, so I didn't even consider the fact that this would be something that this person may, be looking forward to. You know what I mean? I didn't even consider the fact of who I was talking to, why I even wanted to talk to the person. It was just, okay, older, wiser, whatever the case may be, but not really being intentional about things, intentional about the stage that I'm at in my life right now, knowing that I'm not ready for kids. And definitely not to drop out of school. I mean, seriously, who are you even talking to, honey? And that was another thing. It's like I wasn't even being intentional of who I was talking to, because if anybody knows me, don't let the school outfit fool you, honey. Okay, your girl got her college degree. Okay, I got my college degree. I did what I had to do, and I wanted to be in school. Okay. Like, what? And it was crazy because I used to tell this person all the time, like, school is something that's very, very important for me. I am one of the family members in my family who actually got a college education, so that's something that's important to me. And also too, let's just be real, what's also important to me too is that I have, my mom is a young mom, my aunt's a young mom, and I've had a lot of people in my family who's had their children at a young age, so I'm also sensitive to that too. And he used to just be like, yeah, whatever to all that, let's talk about kids and getting the house together. And I'm like, hold on now. Slow your roll, baby. Slow your roll. And the thing is that it's selfish of me to do that, because he is in that stage where that's what he's ready for. You know what I mean? That's what he wants it for his life. So the situation I wasn't putting myself in was intentional at all whatsoever. And I can't blame the fact that I was young. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I had common sense. And so that's why I say, you really got to be careful, because I basically built a connection with this person. You know what I mean? I built a lot of things where this person really, really was like, he was really, really in it to win it with me. Like he was in love with me, girl. He did not want to let go. And so I'm sitting here breaking up relationships and, you know what I mean, doing things for the plot. It's actually made me the problem. I've literally became the problem. And I had to take a step back and say, wait a minute, when I first came into this whole situation, I set the tone for doing something for a problem, because that's what a plot is. Anything that could be a possibility of something. And so I'm already opening up the door for a possibility to have some consequences. And for me, I feel like that's just not being, and for me, that's just something that I don't want to continue to keep having in my life anymore. You know what I mean? Or if anything, if I'm going to do something like that, if I'm going to do something for the plot, it needs to be a plot that has a solution at the end of it, or a plot that's going to change my life for the better. I only want to do something that's going to put me on the greener side of things, honey. I only want to go where the grass is greener. Okay? I'm not trying to keep going to a deep, dark forest. Why would I even want to intentionally go there, to put myself in some problems for what? That's crazy. Okay? And you really got to be careful when you're doing things just because you don't even realize what you're setting the tone for your life. And that's why it's so important to be intentional about what you're doing in your everyday thoughts and your mindset. Because when you're trying to put yourself in a situation where you're doing things for the plot, you're almost viewing your life as a narrative and making choices that serve as an exciting storyline. And I'm gonna just be honest with you and be real. Okay, let's be real. You only got one life, baby. Okay. So you got to be very, very cautious of the decisions that you make. And I'm not just saying live life scared or live life, you know what I mean, holding back on things and not actually putting yourself out there. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you have to view your life a little bit more, you have to view your life with a little bit more intention, because your life should be serious to you at the end of the day. And it should be serious for other people. You know what I mean? Like when I put myself out there, to date older men just cuz with no reasoning behind it, I'm over here breaking hearts, child. Like what? Like, you know what I mean? And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to ever intentionally do that to anybody. You know what I mean? So that's where I definitely feel like I went wrong.